How's it going, everyone? It is a beautiful sunny day here in south central Indiana. I'm actually at my home right now, and it's just such a beautiful day. I decided to get out and look at some of the stuff I picked up at Hamfest 2024. So before we get into the gear, I have some exciting stuff to show you for sure. I'll do a quick pan around the yard and just show you how wonderful it is here. It is, I think 82, and it's been in the 70s all week. It's gonna be back in the 90s next week, but I think it's kind of the last hurrah as far as heat goes for this area. Although that's a dangerous thing to say, because you never know. It is still August after all, but it's been a lovely cool wave coming through, and it's just awesome. We're actually going camping tonight, and I am looking to do some parks on the air here after a while. But I wanted to finalize my gear, and I figured what better time to show you some of the new stuff that I picked up. But here's the beautiful yard. Cool. Well, let's get started. Okay, so first thing on the list is the coveted POTA20 Explorer mast. It's kind of comical that there was a rumor going around that they were completely sold out. You know, I heard they got plenty, come and get them. They're sold out. I checked this morning, just went by the booth. I got the last one. I heard every type of response. I got one of these at Gigaparts as I was leaving town. So they still had plenty, and they were still bringing them to the convention there all the way up until people were leaving. So if you missed out on this, they still have them in stock as far as I know. Place an order, get it. It's definitely worth it. This mast, as a backpacker, I immediately noticed just how light it is. It weighs nothing. I mean, it's, you know, if you're doing a 2,200 mile trail, then yeah, it's gonna weigh a significant amount. But as far as masts that are out there, it is incredibly light. I also really love the size. It fits right into my backpack without it sticking up. And let's go ahead and do a comparison with the other mast that I've had, and we'll see how they size up. The Tactical 7000 HDS has been great. This is by no means a knock on this mast. It is heavy duty, it's secure, it is excellent. Extremely portable for what it is. I've even carried it in my backpack, up mountains, down long trails, all sorts of stuff. I will still be using it, and I think it might switch over to more of my camping car POTA equipment, because it is quite a bit heavier. And I used to think that, man, this is so light, this weighs hardly anything. And then I put it up next to this guy. Now you can just see right off the bat, line up the bottoms here, the size difference. So that's how much space is different between the two. So where this would stick out the top of my backpack and usually end up sticking up about this high up above me and get caught on stuff, this one fits right into the backpack, no issues at all. So immediate win on this side as far as being able to pack it nicely. This one is exclusively from Soda Beams, and I will say again, this is a great mast. I have no complaints, but I am just really excited about the new one, and that's what we're here to talk about. So let's get into this guy. Immediately I noticed that there is a cap comes off just like the other one, And I don't know if there's a way to attach this or if you just have to keep this in your pocket. I'm usually not a fan when things are separate because they're easier to lose. So I might try to come up with a way, like zip tie a string with it around or something. I don't know. But for now, it's going in the pocket so I can find it later. Oh. Whoa. My kitty says hi. Say hi, bud. He's not amused. Alright, so immediately pulling out here, I see that there is an eyelet up at the top, which is extremely nice. I've had to fashion zip tie things around the other one because it's just bare mast up at the top. So having this eyelet here where you can actually attach, and especially the little S-beaners can go right through there, extremely helpful. It feels pretty rugged. I know it's carbon fiber, so it's super light, but it feels nice and rugged. I did extend it all the way sideways, and it hardly drooped at all. It's pretty stout, which is nice to see. I'll have to check what material this one is made out of. I feel like it's also carbon fiber, but it feels a little bit different. And to be fair, this one also, I believe, is a 24-foot mast, where this one's a 20. You know, 4 feet when you need it is great to have, but I think if I'm already backpacking and doing a non-optimal antenna setup, 4 feet I can live without it for the packability of the new mast. Yeah, you can see the end here is just bare, and then the new one has the eyelet attached, and that's fantastic. Cool. Well, let's I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to do a mock setup of both masts and just see the deployment time between the two. So let's take a look at that. Pretty quick. I can't imagine that the other one's going to take any less time, or especially not longer, but let's take a look. Back out of the pocket and back on. Cool. So those are the two masts that I have currently, and they're both great. I definitely don't have a negative thing to say about either one of them, and I would highly recommend them for your needs. That being said, I do think at this point for me they serve different purposes. Whereas this one is absolutely heavy duty, I'd feel comfortable leaving this up for days on end if need be, holding up heavy antenna line. I've never had it collapse on me or fail. And I think as far as my car kit, as far as my base station, anything like that where I don't necessarily have to carry this on my person, this is going to be my go-to antenna. It's still fantastic. I've used it a ton and it hardly shows any wear at all. It's been phenomenal. For all other needs, especially in backpacking, this is going to be my new mast, for the simple fact that it is so lightweight and it fits inside, and it's nearly the same length and it serves the same purpose. I don't typically do a lot of reviews, and that's mainly because I've only had so much gear so far. I don't get to try out a lot of stuff, and I'm definitely not the most knowledgeable when it comes to radios. I'm learning, but it takes some time. However, I do consider myself pretty knowledgeable and experienced in backpacking and carrying gear and knowing what works on trail. That being said, the POTA20 is a good mast. Excellent antenna holder, all the stuff that you need it to do, and apparently able to retrieve bags off rooftops that have been dropped out of planes. And you can ask Life at Terminal Velocity all about that. Let's take a look at something else cool that I got. So as far as backpacking goes, if you're experienced with backpacking or carrying gear out into the field, you know that the lighter things are, the easier it's going to be in the long run. So up to this point, I've been hauling around this 9 amp hour BioNO Power battery, which is plenty of charge for it to serve multiple days in a row of activations, which is great. I don't think I've ever gone down past half of its capacity, even when I've gone on multiple day trips. And that being said, it's several pounds heavy. It is not necessarily something that I want to carry all the time. So, something cool that I did find, and it's been on my list for a while at Hamfest 2024, is the 3 amp hour BioNO Power. Just comparing them now, granted it's 1/3 of the total amp hours of the other, but it is significantly lighter in weight. It's going to serve all of my needs, especially considering I mainly run QRP when I'm in the field, almost exclusively in fact. So for that reason, this is going to be a much better battery solution for me. I am pairing that with the QRP Labs QMX. Excellent radio. So far, I've only run FT8 off of it because I'm still learning CW and in the process of learning, so I'll be there soon. But rumor has it that single sideband is coming out either this month or next. I don't know how true that is. I'm really hoping it comes through. It already has the hardware for it. We're just waiting on the software patch to be able to make single sideband usable on this radio. And when that happens, this is going to be pretty much my exclusive radio for anything in the field. As far as FT8 goes, it's amazing. I really enjoy this radio, and it's so light and so small, and when paired with this battery, still very compact. In fact, the two together is still smaller than the big battery. So this carrying with the Zyju G90 is still a great pair up. And much like the Mast has moved into my car POTA rig, I think the G90 will also do that. But anytime I go out in the field with a backpack, this is going to be my rig. I did use the True SDX a little bit. It's a cool radio. It's neat. I have trouble with it. There's a lot of things going on where it's not quite right, and I'm learning on how to fix them. But I think anyone who has used the True SDX will tell you that yes, it does all those things, but it doesn't necessarily do them well, or at least it's not easy to use. I think FT8 is the one exception where it's just FT8 and it does it. But yeah, that's fine. It's still a good radio, still pretty cool. I'm glad I have one, but the QMX is going to be my transceiver going forward for anything field operations. I think that's about it that I wanted to show you. I did pick up another couple things, like a book and a couple little adapters and stuff, but nothing super exciting that I want to show on here. But I am very excited to have these two things on my kit. And I'll put it in the description, but the weight difference between this mast and that radio and battery to this mast, this battery, and this radio, I'm guessing it's going to be between 4 and 5 pounds of difference, if not more. So check the description, or actually I'll write it down here below when I'm editing. So there you go, movie magic. Yeah, I'm super excited. So later today we're going to be doing a Parks on the Air activation around the Lake Monroe, and I'll be bringing this setup. I'll probably bring the G90 just because I want to do single sideband, and we'll be camping out of the car with some friends. But I think I might go ahead and set up an antenna here with the new mast, and plug in, maybe do some FT8 or just get my G90 out and do a little bit of single sideband before I leave. Hunt a couple people doing parks on the air today, because it's just gorgeous out and I want to spend as much time as I can outside before it gets hot again. So yeah, either stick around, I'll show some footage of the radio play that I do here, or you'll see me tonight when I do parks on the air. Cool, got the setup. Kind of hard to see, probably. Yeah, probably kind of hard to see, but I got the POTA20 set up and it seems to be working pretty good. I had to collapse one section to like get it just right. I think it's gonna do really well without a feed point at the top. So I don't know how well it would do if you're hanging your coax and the feed point of your antenna up there, because it got pretty bent as it was going up. But you know, it still works fine, and right now it's perfectly straight and the feed point is up at the top, but I just have thin coax coming down from it. So I don't know, it'll take some playing around with to make, you know, figure out exactly its best function, but it works, and that's the important thing, and it works well, seemingly. So I think 2 masts too would be amazing, because you could have, you know, stretched across the way and just have a wire up in the air. But let's see who is on Parks on the Air right now.
November 8 Alpha Juliet Mike, also have you 59 and US 2191. 73, good luck with your activation, guys. CQ Parks on Air, Kilo Oscar 4, Uniform Whiskey Mike, calling Parks on Air.
Kilo Delta 9 or Yankee Echo Yankee.
You're fast, buddy. Kilo Delta 9, Yankee something?
Kilo Delta 9 or Yankee Echo Yankee.
Kilo Delta 9, Yankee Echo Yankee, just fading up and down. 55 Yankee, yeah.
Copy, you are 5151 Indiana, QSL.
Copy 51 Indiana, and I have your call, Kilo Delta 9, Yankee Echo Yankee, QSL.
QSL, you got it, my friend, 73.
Hey, thanks for the contact and working with me, 73.
Cool, well there's one.
CQ Parks on Air, Kilo Oscar 4, Uniform Whiskey Mike, call CQ Parks on Air.
0305, roger.
Roger that, roger. 0305. Thank you for being in the park today, my friend.
Thank you. Same to you, my friend. You have a great activation and have a great weekend.
You as well, 73.
73. This is Alpha Delta 2, Mike at US 2427 in Massachusetts, standing by.
Kilo Delta 9er, Yankee Echo Yankee, QRP.
All right, I'll take the QRP and then the park to park. QRP again.
QRP, Kilo Delta 9er, Yankee Echo Yankee. QSL.
Roger, Kilo Delta 9er, Yankee Echo Yankee, 555 into Massachusetts.
Copy 55, your park US 2427. I have you 59 plus into Indiana, November, QSL.
Roger, Indiana, thank you very much. KD9YEY QRP from Indiana. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend in 73. All right, hold on, the mobile
Sweet.
station, hold on. The park to park, go ahead.
Here is November 5 Victor X-ray at US 2734.
Sometimes that's the advantage of running QRP, kind of punch through a pile up there. And rightfully so, you know, we definitely don't have anything going for us, so we just like a little bit extra challenge. Yeah, I was running just 10 watts here on the G90, the Soda Beam Span Hopper 3 with the new POTA20 Mast, the Explorer. So Cool. Well, I think that'll wrap it up for now. I'm going to start getting all my camping gear loaded up, and we're going to take off. Tonight is kind of casual camping. We're going to an established campground with some friends, hanging out. We're getting up early tomorrow morning to get on the lake and enjoy a nice day at the lake. It's one of our friends' birthdays. So yeah, it's going to be great. I'm going to take some stuff, but it's definitely not hiking focused. So I might bring some of my larger gear, like the G90, maybe the big battery, maybe the big mast. I don't know. When you're car camping, you can bring whatever you want, which is pretty nice. So, all right. I appreciate you coming along. I think that's all I have for now. I'll see you down trail. 73.